thằng bố mới trở lại Tùng vẫn cứ thế phóng trong một lần ấy hít khói tung mình ngang dọc khi mà nghe nhịp hít tới đón chào thằng bố mới trở lại Tùng rồi biến chuyển đang dược đang vác đống nặng mạng không cẩn thận lại lác sóng để mà nhà mày nhìn tao đập cho nát trống lo cái mắt tao đây để mà xem tao có mày vẫn tự nhận ngu ở thằng ngói có bắt đầu gây thẳng đến tất cả chứng kiến bây giờ kết thúc chỉ cần một hồi đéo mày thêm nhớ mày càng rap càng thụt lùi mày cứ tự đếm số khẳng định luôn đã được vinh danh nhiệt tình cộng ngu dốt chết mày đây sống ở đời không như là phim tranh không rap tay trái edit design sang cái YouTube.
Welcome back, guys. We're currently in the process of climbing the Korean ladder. We're up to Diamond 4 at the moment, and we've got 4 more games for you today. We start off invading because we're playing double jungle Scion. We've secured the red side, and Lee Sin wants to start on the enemy Raptors. So I decide to head over to the other side of the map, but then Lee Sin, he gets pushed out of the red. Obviously, it's a bit too late for me to rotate to another camp, but Lee Sin, he is not happy. We get very lucky, we can spot Nocturne on the ward we place. This means the entire blue side, it's ours for free. Well, free by my standards. I think we can all agree that this Lee Sin isn't too fond of me, and the Draven probably isn't either. But that's okay, we didn't fly all the way over here to make friends. Something I've noticed about Korea is that there's a lot less ego players. They don't hold things against you. If there's a kill to be taken, they're gonna go ahead and secure that kill. With our first kill secured, this is a positive sign for the team and very quickly after, the Lee Sin and I start working cohesively together to start picking off the enemy team. Because I ended up stealing that other kill in the mid lane, I decided that I would leash the Lee Sin this camp, even using my spy to show him that I have good intentions, and hopefully from here we can start working together to secure this win for our team. After this point, we've had 2 successful interactions with the Lee Sin, so I'm not too worried about him being upset anymore. So now our focus, it shifts over to the Draven. He just got that kill, he's in a prime position to do some damage, and they're going to attempt to shut that down, and we need to make sure that doesn't happen. I could tell just by watching the map that they were posturing to try to stop Draven from reaching the tower, and that's where experience is key, because if we didn't show up here, I guarantee that play would have succeeded for them, and this would put Draven in an awful position. Moments later, we're clearing this red ward, we see the Lee Sin's close, and there's no vision on any of the other brushes that have been revealed, which means once we've cleared that red ward, they don't know Lee Sin's there, and we can path around. This is a 3v1 trap for the enemy team. With both the Lee Sin giving us the thumbs up and then immediately after getting a fist bump from the Draven, this is about as close as we can get to knowing that these guys no longer are despising the double jungle strategy. I even managed to bait out the Nocturne ult right after. This will make laning significantly easier for the Draven. I continue to help Lee Sin with his jungle camps. Even though I almost accidentally steal this blue buff, my intentions were pure. This allows Lee Sin to have quicker clear times, and a minute later, the 3 amigos are back in this bot lane. You don't really get to see it, but the enemy team, they knew we were here. This exchange, it went on for a while. We had to wait until the minions crash, and this means Nocturne, he's definitely close. We're low HP. The best option is for me to execute and hopefully protect the Draven. Sadly, we didn't have the juice in the passive to finish off off the Nocturne. We've now fast forwarded 4 minutes into the future. Our team is in complete control of this game. I continue to hunt for people on the enemy team with this Lee Sin. There's always small things that you can do to help your team get ahead, and in this case, I notice they're having a full-on brawl in the top lane, and as minion wave is gonna hit the tower, I decide to...
What's up, boys? What's the plan?
Knife him.
Fuck them up.
This. We kill them, and then we go home.
Yo, are you guys lagging?
Counter-terrorist. Regret this day.
Thrush ramp. Rush ramp, I'm gonna throw him off A though.
Alright.
Forward. Grenade out.
One more. Help.
Bring the bomb, bring the bomb.
Cover me.
One double. One double.
Terrorists win. Yeah.
Outside.
Palace. I'm right now, screw. I'm going vamp.
I'm gonna follow orange actually.
This is our fight.
Yo, can someone drop me smoke? Yo, we're not going outside?
I dropped your smoke.
We're not going outside? What the fuck, man?
We're down vamp, vamp.
I'm planting the bomb.
Big dog.
Bro, I'm so lacking. What the fuck?
One single door. Three outside.
Throw a smoke. Terrorists win. We will
Good shit.
stop you.
Sorry guys, I'm lacking like crazy.
Can you guys drop me smokes and I'll smoke outside and we just run straight to secret
Where?
behind the tire?
I got big rush smoke.
Let's go.
Then shut this bitch. Thank you.
Smoke. Smoke. Throw in the flashback.
Go. Run. Go. Run. Go.
What happened?
Go, run. Before they rotate.
I'm gonna plant so cover me. Nobody's coming double.
What the fuck, man?
Can't leave bomb solo, guys.
Counter-terrorists win.
Run out A. Safe.
Hut? Push hut?
Out squeaking hut.
I smoke door. Sorry, I nade door. I smoke me.
Let's go, my brother.
Watch out, heaven.
Grenade out. I'm
Heaven, heaven.
planted.
Complete control of this game. I continue to hunt for people on the enemy team with this Lee Sin.
Split. I'll smoke on, fuck. If you want, y'all can go seeker, we split ramp. And then you guys just chill seeker for a minute, and then we'll take, outside the hell after we get ramp.
What are we buying?
Because we got 3 AKs.
Save less on. Don't plan.
One habit still.
Counter-terrorists win.
Save. Or force, fuck it.
It is time now, my brother. Grenade.
You mad somebody asked a question?
Top hut, top hut.
Counter-terrorists win. Let's go, my brother. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang.
3 ramp. Go.
Go outside, guys.
Throwing smoke.
One minute.
Come, come.
Terrorists win. We cannot be killed. Bomb has been planted.
là mấy vậy? Đó là mấy vậy? Kìa.
Let us go. I'm throwing a grenade. I'm throwing a grenade. Counter-terrorists.
There's always small things that you can
This is what we have been working for. Grenade. I'm throwing smoke. Now I must recover the ball.
Anyone outside? Anyone secret?
Big garage and mini.
Let's go in.
He's on site, back side.
On secret.
Nice.
Counter-terrorists win. Now is the time. Grenade out.
Yo, they pushed. Hot.
Throwing fire.
blindly. These days, this continue forward. I noticed that for the Draven and stack it in front of the tower, this gets him an amazing amount of gold, which of course he appreciates a lot. There's a change I made in my gameplay while in Korea. It's where I don't use my ultimate right away. Not too long ago, I would have immediately ulted here blindly. These days, I hold the R so that I can use it against the wall instead.
We will make them regret this day. I'm throwing a grenade.
Wait.
Flashbang.
One second.
I don't know, man. Sometimes Cyanol is just so fucking buggy. I got greedy here with my recall. They did end up punishing me on the way back. Whoops. We once again skip 4 minutes into the future. The Galio, he is out of position and our team manages to successfully collapse onto him. This this leads into our team starting the Baron. We've come up on 5 minutes into this video. Hope you're not pushing me on the way back. Video further, so appreciate it if you did it. Plus, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe.
Guys, I tell you, we kill them all. Whoa! Run through the flashback. Grenade out. Fire. Grenade.
The Baron gets secured. We do lose a couple of the buffs, but not us. We kept ours, and we head to the top lane intending to do a 1-3-1 split. That is, of course, until Draven got caught and a fight breaks out. I need to figure out if the Draven's going to survive long enough for me to actually get there and help. Fortunately, he does manage to stay alive, and once again, we're able to ult in and strategically target the wall. I'm just playing. This team fight was always going to come down to which ADC died. Because Draven just survived, we're given the opportunity to flank and pick off the Aphelios. And once an ADC dies, I mean, that team just needs to either run or die. Now that most of the enemy team has been killed, we can go and clean up the middle inhibitor that we had previously opened earlier. After taking that inhibitor, our team got flushed out into the enemy red side. There wasn't really an opportunity for us to recall, so we're fighting this team fight without a back. Even without resetting, our team is far too ahead. We win the team fight, and that's enough for us to walk through and kill the Nexus, ending the game, claiming us.
A Queen countryman.
Let's put 2 ramp.
I'll play Ramen.
Somebody go squeak or hold
Let's
squeak.
have at your face.
I'm Molly when you're over here.
Incendiary out. Throwing flashback. Grenade out.
Out, A.
Incendiary out. Throwing grenade. Counter-terrorists win. There's no stopping us.
Watch for the ramp push.
Yeah, I'm Molly. If I hear them coming.
Just drop ramp. They push.
Yeah, roger that. Anyone else here for the tickle party? Throwing fire.
You already know that.
Incendiary. No, sir.
Outside, it looks like.
Laying down smoke.
They could go down secret, by the way. No one's outside. So, let's go down there.
They are hell already. What the fuck?
Grenade out.
Red box. Red box.
Oh.
vent.
Throwing fire.
Bro, you got pushed with me.
That's 20 LP, and it also allows us to go from most hated to own support. We've hung up the smite for this game, but that doesn't stop us from invading the enemy jungle. As we're heading back to the bot lane, the Jax bumps into the Cassante at the red buff, and he's threatening to start a fight. I actually don't want this fight to happen. I'm intentionally trying to not come and help. The more people that
Move it, move it. Smoke.
Lobby one. Outside one. Need help, eh? Bomb me, bomb me.
Orange is AFK. Just you guys.
Counter-terrorists win. There you go. Let's go. Incendiary. Throwing flashbang. Grenade. Fire in the hole. Incendiary. Smoke.
Bro.
Lobby.
Laying down smoke. Smoke.
Squeak.
Grenade out. Throwing smoke. Bomb has been planted. Throwing fire. flashbang. Throwing fire. Incendiary. Laying down smoke. Grenade. Throwing a grenade. Smoke.
One was outside, mini area. Finding it. Finding it.
Bro, heaven.
Heaven.
Dead.
I'm defusing the bomb.
That move over, the more likely a fight's gonna happen. If you look at the wave, it's already about to crash, and clearly this Corky has no teleport, so we have no choice but to full commit to this fight as well. And the reason I say that is because we're losing gold in the bot lane no matter what. If we
Thank you.
Let's go, fellas. Incendiary out. Fire in the hole. Grenade out. Throwing fire. Throwing smoke. Flashbang. Smoke out. Counter-terrorist win. King Sweat.
So yeah, green.
Let's go. Throwing fire. Put the volley down. Grenade out. Smoke.
Mini.
Incendiary out.
Mini.
Throwing smoke. Terrorists win.
lose gold here in this jungle fight too, the game very well could be instantly over. It's exactly why I didn't want to take this fight. We do get lucky though, and it goes in our favor, but without a doubt, this
We're gonna come out you, bro.
Move it, move it. Throwing fire. Throwing grenade. Grenade. Grenade out. Smoke out. Deploying flashbang. Laying down smoke.
One squeaky, one per. Think.
Laying down smoke. Bomb has been planted.
One squeaky still.
Squeaky down.
Last double.
Sorry.
Fire.
Somebody.
Diffusing.
Sick it.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win. Wasn't the clear, lads?
Yeah, the bomb's pretty good. Cam, ghiền quá hả? Ghiền dữ vậy hả?
flashbang.
One down secret or two secret. Two already down secret.
Yeah, it can be.
Smoke.
Bombi.
Incendiary. Throwing into receiver. Incendiary out.
Single.
Counter-terrorists win. Let's move out.
Watch the rush out there.
Throwing smoke. Grenade. Grenade out. Flashbang. Laying down smoke. Throwing smoke.
One mini. Outside. Still many. Too many left.
Flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Molotov out. Counter-terrorists win. We're getting stuck.
Giờ biết bấm là phát rồi giờ nghiền chứ ha. Không có cho ông bấm nữa. Bấm gì? Bấm. Đi thì cho biết chơi. Không khóc gì hết. Khóc rồi cho qua với bà nội á.
This is definitely a fight we just should not have taken. As I'm trying to recall to get back to that bot lane, Volibear shows up, and I mean, if the kill's here, there's no point in going back, right? On our second attempt to recall, the Skarner also starts recalling, and I'm not sure why. Not taking this red is criminal, so that's why I decided to stay even longer and leash it for him. By the time we got back to this bot lane, 3 minutes have gone by, we've missed so many waves, and then we're forced to move again because I spot the Volibear rotating towards our Raptors. For whatever reason, the team has given up on this chase, but not me. I intend on chasing this Volibear until the end of time because he has no summoner spells. The time is now 6 minutes. We've officially come to lane. We have 3 kills. The enemy bot lane is only now being introduced to the idea that Sion is the support this game and they have to deal with me. Even though I am low HP, under-leveled, I'm not afraid to go in because I know that I have my passive in my back pocket. Now that we've killed the bot lane, there's no point in returning until the wave has been reset. So I look around the map and see that this top lane is playing a little too aggressive. I don't just walk straight in though. If you had paid attention, I waited until the Cassante used his escape to engage, and this secures me another kill. And yes, I do mean me. I didn't hand that kill over to the Jax. I know I usually do hand over a lot of gold, but if the gold's already on me, I'm at a point where I can potentially carry this game myself, and I'm trying to snowball as quick as possible. For anyone who still doubts the legitimacy of Sion support, these next few clips are going to show you just how obnoxious it is to verse. Unless you are the one playing Sion, then it is very, very fun. As if that Q didn't tag the center as well. To this day, I'm almost positive that this Volibear has no clue where that blue buff went. For those of you who don't climb solo queue regularly, this won't make sense to you, but those who do, you'll understand. I noticed around Diamond 4 to Diamond 3, this bracket, the skill level actually dropped in Korea. The Emerald players were of much higher quality. These guys were making a lot more fundamental mistakes and just poorer decisions. Maybe you can see that as well. I'm not too sure. It is, of course, quite interesting, but it is something that happens in every single server as well. There's like pockets of players that are stuck and it causes issues when you're climbing and you need to slightly adapt what you're doing to get around them. Focusing back in on where the game state's at, our team clearly has a kill lead, but you must remember most of these kills, they're actually on us. We have 9 of them, so winning this team fight is slightly more critical than you might imagine. Our team does have one thing going for them. They're really good at collapsing and taking the fights compared to the enemy team. They seem very disorganized, almost as if they're not even trying to win anymore. I'm also noticing at this elo that they have a weaker mental state. They try forfeiting a lot quicker, and when the game seems unwinnable, they're more than happy to just take a full-on team fight, even if they know they're not going to win it, to try and end the game quicker. And I do believe that's what's happening right here. because they have no justifiable reason to try and contest the third Drake against the Baron team when you're already behind over 10 kills. We end up completely wiping them and then pushing through to their base and opening up both inhibitors before we leave. 1 minute later, I've swept my way through the enemy blue side and noticed that they're pretty deep in the mid lane. I simply walked behind them, pressed my E onto center, and this was the final team fight. As simple as that. We've still got the Baron buff, plus both of the inhibitor towers are down, and as soon as these guys die, there's no way they can hold it. We know it, they know it, and that's exactly why they surrendered, and we secured East and a Zeri. This matchup can be kind of difficult depending on if you can slow down the Vel'Koz's aggression, and I tend to do that by just waltzing forward as soon as I can. Pushing them back allows us to get to level 2 first, which usually means we won't get pushed out of the lane from his poke. If you're keeping an eye on the Nocturne's pathing, you'd know it's important that I don't let these guys go back here. We need them to stick around so that we can do a 3v2 tower dive using the Scion passive. Because the Caitlyn had Nocturne in the bot lane, he's going to go for an extra wave, which means if I go to the bot lane, there's going to be no one there. She's going to be recalling on the time I arrive. I may as well go to the mid lane and potentially get some gold for this Ahri. It wasn't immediate, but after a little bit of persistence, the Yone does die to the Ahri, and the Ahri gives us the thumbs up. 2 minutes later, the enemy bot lane has control of this lane. I'm trying to make a play onto the Zeri with the Hex Flash, but it turns out this brush was warded, and we immediately got punished. Fortunately, we had the Nocturne sitting in the jungle with level 6, and he was able to come to the bot lane using that ultimate to pick up some of the gold that I had just handed over. Almost as if time is repeating, as soon as the Caitlyn's going back, I found myself in this mid lane once again, picking off the Yone. We have a free roam. We may as well use it. We know it worked in the mid lane last time, and it worked in the mid lane again. Nocturne picks up this kill. That's 3 in a row he's just gotten. Basically, after we got that double kill in the bot lane, Caitlyn and I were able to muscle our way through. We're now trying to get as many platings as possible before the 14-minute mark. I'm also in this position where we can take any single fight we want, and it's going to be successful because the Nocturne got so many of those kills quite early on. He's basically our golden child. The only thing we need to do is to keep him alive, and if we focus on that, they just have no way of coming back. We're going through this game as fast as possible because we have a team comp that allows us to just set up and siege. We've got long range poke from the Caitlyn. Our top laner, he's winning. Mid laner's winning. We've got the backup of Nocturne. So it doesn't really matter what we do at this point. This team fight is a 4v5, yet we are completely dominating them. You can see each player in our team individually outplaying the others. So there is definitely a team gap. We successfully our team fixing our thank you very much. Click that join button next to the channel name today. 5k at the start of this one, so I'm invading quite late considering we're doing double jungle. You'll notice that we have no vision and we're blind walking in here. I'm kind of hoping that I'm able to steal this camp. We need either the little ones or the big minion to deny him level 2. Obviously, I wasn't expecting to be 3-manned shanked in the jungle, but that did happen. We gained absolutely nothing from this invade. It was a complete fail, more than just a fail, because we used our smite and Lee Sin didn't. So we leashed him, we helped him. But I don't mind showing you these types of games because when you try this strategy yourself, these things are going to happen and you need to figure out how to come back from it. And this is a prime example of things going literally as bad as they can. We messed up the invade, our ADC died 1v2, and now we're getting killed by all of the enemy team after killing just one camp. The enemy team juggled the aggro quite well. I was hoping that the Nautilus would attack me first, which does happen quite often, but nope, he understood the mission. If Nautilus did attack us, the Glacial would have allowed us to trade back. We're now charging towards our blue buff. We can just assume that Lee's there. He's not silly. He knows that Skarna's taken his blue side. So we're here, and the Anivia is helping us contest it. Killing Lee Sin is a massive step to coming back. I'm now in a very awkward spot. Obviously, I want to help, but I have no cooldown. So if I go and help, all I can do is auto attack. I also want to catch back up, so I want to keep killing this blue, but then it resets. Everything just was not going in our favor. From this point, I just buckled down. Sometimes you just go, would actually hinder your ADC to do that at this point. The jungle, basically very, very forgiving for new players. So if you ever fall behind and you have a jungle item, you have a lot of catch-up experience, and we're abusing that right now. We've caught up to Lee Sin's level for the most part, and even if we're not the exact level, because we're Scion, that level gap means nothing to us. We can start stealing his camps again, and you guys also need that entire time. All we have to focus on is shit. And relax and steal shit was it. The level lead. Lee Sin, luck all you want, but the fact is, Skarna AFK farms, get the level lead. Lee Sin, he feels pressured to invade because I'm stealing his camps. This puts him in awkward positions, and that's exactly how those triple kills happen. That's how I keep getting quote-unquote carried. It's because of Lee Sin's busy fighting the support. He's won the support versus jungle battle, but the jungle versus jungle battle, that clearly goes to our jungler. And never forget, this is the worst this strategy can do. Like, everything went wrong and me. It's nothing. There's no level difference. We're the same level. But look at the gap between our jungler and him. The time is now 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, I don't need to look at the goal graph to tell you that's the exact moment everything changed for our team. Yes, they've been carrying us, but now I also have tempo. How to get so if you enjoy the
Y'all ain't on this level, bitches tell to.
welcome back. In the last joining middle jungle a bit harder, and we're after we set Elise very far behind, the Skarna got to free farm, and he uses that advantage to kill the Yasuo. Elise is now farming the mid lane because we've taken every single camp. While that's happening, I'm taking both of the scuttles, and the Skarna is cleaning up the camps that he missed. Given my location and the Elise retreating, this looked like a promising gank. So after securing the Scuttle Crab, I head straight to the top lane. It was very clearly warded, and Aatrox into Scion greatly benefits the Aatrox because he can always cancel my Q. We've also got the additional problem that Elise has no camps. As I explained, we took them all, so he's got nothing to farm, which means he's gonna farm us instead. just shouldn't have taken this gank. It ends up being 2 kills for the enemy and 1 for the Yone. I'm not going to let that one little mistake hold us back. We're still significantly ahead of the enemy team. While all this action's going on, the Skarner's still farming away. This is critical because he is a late game scaler. If he makes it to level 6 without much happening on the map, he's gonna quickly snowball out of control for this Elise. In order to snowball, she really needs those early kills. Fortunately for her, she picks up another kill onto the Renekton under the tower. So that's 2 kills she's picked up, 1 onto me, 1 onto the Renekton. Wah, wah. First game of the day, misclick. If we got that auto attack, without a doubt, Elise would be dead. So it's a big mistake by us again. This Yasuo is still overextending. He's up against a Renekton who has a point and click stun and a double dash. He's also still got no summoner spells, so he's an easy pick for us to go for. Just like everyone else, I make plenty of this time. I went to blue and I waited until Skarner was there to help us, and then we take the dive onto this Aatrox. Because we have 3 people showing for a top dive, I'm already aware that this Elise is going to be trying to 3v1 dive the bot lane. They always feel pressured, plus it's the correct move to do, so I make sure to recall as soon as possible and head straight to the bot lane. If you thought the Skarner was ahead before, now he is miles ahead. Elise has been shut down, and our team gets to continue farming with this massive lead. We've got every single lane ahead, and everyone is holding their leads without any issues. This is looking like a very solid win for game number 1. Whenever you're coming in for a flank like this and you're playing Sion, make sure to go into the brush before landing your Q so he can't time it, he can't know where I'm placing it, which means he can't avoid it. It's always a great sign when your team is murdering everyone on the other side of the map. They end up killing the Braum, which is why I come for this tower dive in the bot lane, but we ended up staying here for way too long, which does read as he knew I was there, which obviously he does. The problem is he timed his back to the tower with the minion wave dying, and this puts me in the awkward position. I didn't need to go in, so this is completely my fault. I end up baiting both myself and the Kaiser, which gives over a decent amount of gold because we have shutdowns. This is one of my language they speak. Our team continues to have a very strong hold over the enemy jungles, and 3 minutes later, we've ended the laning phase and we are all ready to commit to the team fights.
So,
That was such a nice ult by us, but unfortunately the Skarner had a little bit of anti-synergy when he pulled them away with his ultimate. Even though we died, Renekton secured that top tier 2, which is worth more gold than our death handed over, so net positive overall. The time is now 20 minutes and the score is 16-28 in our team's favor. We are just miles ahead. This Xayah was expecting us to go to the Drake after killing 2 people in the bot lane. We decided to go for the kill on her. The reason being, if she's dead, we could easily take the Baron, which is exactly what we end up doing. Sometimes the Drake is just an unnecessary objective for winning. When you're super far ahead, your goal should just be to close out A, to catch back, go straight through and end the game. With that, we finish LP. This is one of my... Another reason is because they are very reliant on that blue buff, which makes it very easy for me to know exactly which camp that they're going to be starting on. Focusing back in on this game in particular, the Karthus decided not to start on that blue because he knew we warded it. He kind of guessed what we were trying to do, but we still camps, but we... Something interesting happened in this exchange. Both the Karthus and Karma knew not to kill me or else it would trigger my passive. They killed me once they were within a safe range. It's very hard to coordinate such things. A lot of the time, someone's going to try and KS that CE. Sin should go, and he actually... We can start taking that direction, clears the camp, and now he's in a battle with this Karthus, which means we can start taking the camps for free on the other side of the map. Karma started...
Nhà mình có nhiêu đó thôi, giờ đi đâu giờ? Bắn ra ngoài thì chịu.
Chờ uống trà sữa này Cam. Cam. À. Đi. Cho nó uống nhúng thôi, xíu thôi.
Mình ngậm mình đừng có ngậm cho nó ngậm nó chưa có sức đề kháng nó lây bệnh.
Roaming and she's trying to stop us, but there's nothing she can do. So we take this and we're getting
Qua rồi. Qua rồi. Coi đi nha.
further and further ahead in both gold and experience. The age-old question of the ADC falling behind, what are you gonna do? Well, as you just saw, the ADC was killed in the 2v1, and I do whatever I can to help him get back in, including pushing the cannon minion over in his direction. I then recall right in front of the minion wave to let the other team know that I'm recalling, and then immediately I go straight back to that lane instead of roaming and sneak my way into the brush so that I could surprise the enemy. Now we've got an ADC that has both a gold advantage and a level advantage. We go into this brush and I'm trying to cheese the enemy once again. Kalista decides it's not for him, so when he goes back to spend his gold, I decide to stay in the brush. I know it's gonna work, it's just a matter of time. It's now 10 minutes into this video. I'm assuming you're enjoying it, so if you are, feel free to leave a comment, like the video. It really helps out. This series takes forever to make. The more comments we get, the more likes, the more views, which means the more videos I make for you guys in the long run. I don't know what's going on. My clicks are still out of this world, but we don't let that stop us from hunting the enemy down. I'm not sure if you guys have realized this, but a while ago now, I swapped out my jungle item for the support item. So I'm fully committing to being a support so we can use our smite to help leash this Lee Sin with all these camps. It's important for you guys to understand when and why I'm swapping out between double jungle and support, not only in the lobby, but mid-game. In this case, I wasn't even losing the double jungle. We were being quite successful. It's just that it's better off for me to go to the bot lane because I can make more gold. There's a lot more risk in me going to the jungle and handing gold back to Karthus rather than coming to a lane that's already winning and a winning matchup. Well, it would be winning if this Kalista didn't use his R like this. So the number one priority is always do what makes your team the most gold. You do that and you're likely gonna win more games than you lose. I gotta admit, guys, it is significantly more fun to play on this server. Everyone just works together. You see a play in your head, you make it, and it just works out because everyone commits. Game number 2, it ended in 15 minutes. We never even made it to the mid game. We were crushing them so hard. The synergy, it was just too much for the enemy. And we end up winning, gaining 20 LP. So now we're on 56 LP, Diamond 3 in Korea. On to the next game. Game number 3, we are versing an AP Cog. This was a very popular pick in Korea. I start the lane off as I always do. I walk forward, cue the Kog'Maw. Doing this not only lowers his health, but it also means that he can't push the wave and fight for level 2. And with that level 2, our ADC is playing phenomenally. He's landing all his combos to perfection, and this allows us to not only pick up that free kill onto the Pyke, but we then also get one onto the Kog'Maw, forcing the Kog to miss that full wave. We are setting this lane up perfectly, and it's all thanks to this Caitlyn. We've reset, spent our gold, and I've snuck into this bottom brush before the Caitlyn shows up. In the enemy's mind, I'm following behind the Caitlyn, and she's rocking up first. They don't realize we've been sitting here waiting for them. They've stepped straight into our trap. Now that the Pyke is dead, this Kog'Maw is at risk of being dove. He knows this. It doesn't really matter though because he needs that farm. He needs the experience. He can't just give it up. He already missed the experience from the last cannon minion dying to the tower. He wasn't willing to lose it again. I'm not sure what was going on, but for whatever reason, my clicks today were not very good. I kept slightly misclicking everything, and we saw in the earlier game that actually cost us a kill. In these scenarios, it's not really affecting us, but still, it's quite frustrating. Once again, my Q placement was a little bit questionable. We do trade 1 for 1, but eventually they catch me down and kill me too. So it was a profitable trade for the enemy team. We fast forward a minute into the future. I want you to pay close attention to the time on the clock. It's only 9 minutes and a full-on team fight is breaking out on this map. It's kind of funny to think about how a massive brawl like this occurs and then everyone just goes back to their lane like nothing happened. That's Korea summed up for you. Some of the strengths of AP Cog is that he can farm under the tower. He can just wave clear instantly, right? And that means that no one can tower dive him. We kind of negate that as Sion support though, because we are more than happy to go under the tower. With this Sion Caitlyn combo, all it takes is 1 Q and he's low enough health that Caitlyn could probably finish him off. They were not having a great time. It was a very rough lane for the enemy bot lane. It took multiple people just to take down this Caitlyn. They sent 3 people. They do secure her, but this gives me the chance to sneak my way back into the brush. And of course, once my ADC dies, I'm going to do everything in my power to catch them back up. And that means freezing the wave instead of killing it. All that gold that Caitlyn just lost, she just makes it up right there. Up until this point, our team, every single team fight that we had entered was a profitable one for us. So it was kind of a shock that this team fight got turned around. One by one, the enemy started picking us off. Now the scoreline has gone from a 5-kill gap down to just 1. We're in one of those situations where the enemy is starting the Baron, so we have no option but to force this fight in the bot lane, and hopefully it works out as a positive trade for us. Personally, I think the inhibitor and a couple towers is worth more than just a Baron buff, as one's temporary and the other is permanent. In this case in particular, we skip 4 minutes into the future and they achieve nothing with that buff, and now we have complete control of this game. 2 members of the enemy team are currently dead, and we have our pick of what to go for. Our team decides to go for the bottom inhibitor while I split apart and use the minions to open up the mid. I want to set us up to get another inhibitor in the future, and my team doesn't seem to agree with my choice. I'm more than happy to die to open this up, but the fact that they're disagreeing tells me that my skill level is likely much higher than Diamond 3 in Korea. Once again, we use the Nocturne ult to pick up another 2 kills, and because the tower is open, we can walk straight in and collect that inhibitor. Now we're on to the final team fight. In the last video, we had Plant Us When You Leave on today. We are playing double jungle Sion. We've invaded, dropped the wards, and our jungler crossed over to our side where he met the enemy Vi trying to sneak his camps. While you're watching this all unfold, I want you to pay attention to the Kog'Maw, who is freely farming, shoving the wave in, and this is denying the enemy Ezreal, who's chasing us all around the map using his summoner spells. It's denying him all that gold and experience. So not only is this guy dying, but he's losing all of that too. Absolutely brutal for this fight. And look at this, I come back to take the red, I ping him careful, he's already got 1 red, that's why I want it, and he clearly understands this, moves over without an argument. Not great. And secondly, we keep getting amazing leads and then taking that lead to the top lane where we immediately throw it away. We need to stop ganking these high damage top laners. It's just not worth it. Yes, you are watching correctly. I decided to try my luck against this Darius once again. Even though this is a worth trade for our team, clearly I have not learnt my lesson about ganking this Darius. We skip a couple minutes into the future. Actually, we're going to be skipping a lot this game. All I want to show you with this clip is how we came to secure all the Drakes. Each time, there was one of the enemies who randomly died to us before, allowing us to secure the objective. That was our second Drake, and for the third one, we randomly found the thoi on our blue side jungle. Absolutely no reason for her to be there, but hey, gave us the third Drake. Honestly, the quality of this game was far less than what the typical game was in Korea. A prime example is the clock just hit 20 minutes. They've sent 3 people to the bot lane to kill our top laner, which just opens up the Baron for us, which of course we go for because we've just picked off Ezreal. I definitely think I misplayed this fight though. I could have saved my ultimate for this thoi and zoned him a lot better than I did. I basically allowed him to come in. As a result, our team gets punished. Thoi secures that Baron, and now we're in a pretty awkward spot because our lead doesn't mean too much anymore. Things go from bad to worse. The fourth Drake, which we need, the Mountain Soul, has just starts off really poorly for us. We have an AP Cogmore, and there are a couple of them that are quite low. I figured maybe I can clean them up with my ult win condition. Our team go and strut him down. I have clearly not learnt my lesson from all the other times I went to the Darius because he ends up being able to 3v1 us, or at least 3v1 hold us, while the enemy team engages onto our Cogmore Darius. But ultimately, like, we gave away the Baron, we could have changed that. And also the Darius, most of his gold was from losing turns on the way. So see you guys.
Y'all can never beat him like an acapella. If you wanna laugh a
Welcome back everyone. Mix it up. Back home should technically fit in and out. This game started off with the Ashe being a very aggressive ADC. 4 minutes later, the aggression is still being kept up and we've just secured the Xerath's flash. Now I'm seeing the Graves behind the tower. I'm assuming we're going for this tower dive, but I made a very big mistake. I didn't notice Graves had pinged that he wanted the camp. I go in way too soon. I both misread the situation and played the dive incorrectly. I was so focused on pushing the minions in that I didn't realize what was going on. Something that really shines in Korea is their ability to draft. This bot lane combo that we're up against, the Xerath and the Jhin, has the ability to all in their opponents from a distance with their ultimates. So it's important for us to initiate a fight before that ever happens. Overall, I would say that the bot lane went even. It was a lot of cat and mouse when it came to their ultimates. Something I was really trying to focus on doing during these early Braum games was pushing the champion to its limits. I didn't want to play reserve and ease my way into it. I wanted to go as ham as possible to figure out very quickly where my limits are. Any opportunity that I got, I'd always make sure I'm hiding in the brushes. Even though it was obvious, in order to get me out, they need to use their spells. And if they're using the spells on me, they're not using it on my ADC. Of course, just like this kill, there's always a chance for the enemy team to make a mistake. And boy, oh boy, did the enemy team make some mistakes. For whatever reason, this Akali just decided enough was enough and she didn't want to play this game anymore. A trend that was increasing the higher rank we got. We're currently watching the final team fight of this game, even though I don't think it mattered at all. Sometimes you just get lucky, the solo queue gods grace you with a free win, and this was one of those games. The enemy team forfeit. Second game lane, our team fights in the enemy jungle. Once we had arrived back to lane, we had an item advantage, which we managed to get to safety. The Nidalee appeared out of the river. I'm in this position through the Jinx, and then I just simply waited. It's been over a minute now, definitely thinking there's no way he is still in that brush. But they've never burst me before, because yes, I was still in that brush. I'm definitely not surprising, not at all. We're once again in this position where we're trying to recall to spend the gold that we've made, but Ash decided to recall in a funny location, and now I do something quite silly. I should have just recalled. There's a good chance they wouldn't have known I was behind that brush. I end up dying. This gives Jinx the... While we're heading back to lane, obviously I didn't realize this at the time, but the Ash says, why am I playing like a Silver? For the record, I don't take full blame for what happened earlier. Ash easily could have recalled in a better location. She also came back to try and steal the kill on Zyra and put herself in danger of dying to that Jinx. Although I guess that's a lot better than what I did right here, which is died to try and kill the Zyra plan for 3. The main problem right now is that I'm not respecting the enemy. I'm used to everyone having weaknesses, but the truth is, in Korea, we'll have them down and out, which is what happened this game. The time is 17 minutes. The enemy has a winning top laner, winning mid laner. The bot lane, they caught up. It's about even, but they're probably winning. The enemy jungler is winning by a lot. This game is looking very, very grim. 7 comeback story. Something that's very important in this Baron fight, look where I'm positioning. I didn't go into the pit with my team. I positioned below the enemy. I'm pincering them out. The Udi is doing the exact same thing. He teleported in top. We're both forcing them to make a choice. If you want to damage our team on that Baron, then you're going to have to fight us. We secure that Baron and set up siege in the mid lane. Things, they're looking like they've just turned for the better. Cloud9, it didn't last for long. Some unfortunate events occurred all in succession. Irelia instantly died as soon as we went under the tower to kill the Zyra. And I know it looks kind of bad on me, but I don't think it is. We're going to go back in time now and pay close attention to what the Lee Sin is doing. We've got the Baron for over a minute now, and he's just going from camp to camp, heading back to base to buy an item while we're sieging the tower in a 1-3-1. That's why they were able to collapse on us. We're now in the present, and the Drake is about to spawn. This is the third Drake for the enemy team. Lee Sin gets picked off before it spawns, and this gives the enemy team the free Drake. But while that's happening, Irelia is split pushing on the top side of the map, opening their structures. This is our win condition, and I attempt to protect him by cutting off the enemy team before they can reach the top side of the map. It was completely unnecessary. The Udyr got that inhibitor with or without our help there. We end up baiting the Ashen and getting him killed. But at the end of the day, you see a win condition and you need to do whatever you can to try and secure that win condition. For us, it's opening these side inhibitors, allowing us the chance to potentially backdoor and win. We attempted to rush this Baron. The enemy team committed everything they had to stop us, in which they succeeded, and then they rotate to mid. But pay close attention to the top side of the map. Udyr has just entered the broken inhibitor, and all we have to do is stop the enemy team from backing. Game number 2, thanks to all of you. I really want to fight. The game starts control of these side brushes. Once you have that control, you can control the minion wave, and that allows you to get level 2 first. And from there, well, you're about to see. I don't know if this is the same ADC from the last game, because it might be, but we have the exact same issue where instead of going back, they want to overstay. I mean, it is so much easier to just spend your gold. Unlike last time, the jungler didn't show up at level 3. He didn't skip his buff to come and kill us, and we got to take advantage of it. Now my priority is to zone the enemy bot lane off of this wave. They want to farm, which all we need to do is keep ourselves between them and the farm, and they'll lose experience, they'll lose gold, but most importantly, if they want anything, they're going to put themselves in harm's way. You'll notice I'm doing the exact same play over and over. I pretend I'm walking away, and then I use my W to jump to the closest minion to them and try to tag them with the Q. It's still early days in this one, but the Nautilus, we're detecting some weakness in this player. We're 8 minutes into this game and he's already died 4 times. And while my team is off killing him, I sneak into the bottom brush. This is a very effective trick, mainly because the enemy thinks that I will be with my ADC, which means once the minion line passes the brush that I'm in, he assumes that surely I am behind my ADC. Okay, so be completely honest here. Without going back in the video, can you tell me right now who the enemy jungler is and what champion they're playing? I'm going to assume most of you answered you have no fucking clue because we haven't seen that jungler show up not once, which is a big difference from the last game. The correct answer was thoi. This seems like the perfect time to remind you guys that if you're enjoying this series, don't forget to leave a comment and like the video. It directly influences the algorithm. Recently, there's been a big uptick in views, and that's because you guys are leaving the comments. So far during this Korean series, I didn't remind you to leave a comment in one video, and I'm guessing you can pick out which one that is. Personally, I don't really believe the Rift Herald holds much weight. I would never put in that much effort to secure it. With that being said though, I do believe this was a critical team fight, which means our top laner, he should have teleported into this team fight long ago. I'm not even that concerned about the Rift Herald being stolen. Realistically, we want this team fight to go in our direction so that we can set up to take the next Drake. That is an important objective. Either way, this team fight goes completely in the losing team's favor. They get the Rift Herald and they pick up 2 kills onto our team, and now they're sieging the mid tower, but I'm not quite ready to give up yet. We're still in the driving seat, whether they realize it or not. Nautilus dies for his 8th time. The Nautilus dies for his 8th time in 15 minutes. I'm not sure if he's inting or not at this point. It is a little suspect, but every time he dies, it allows us to open up into a team fight. These team fights, considering the score gap, they're not that clean. The enemy is managing to escape. The enemy is making it very difficult for us to kill them, as shown by this Akali. Maybe I was wrong about how useful the Rift Herald is. Never mind. It's just as bad as I thought it was. Anyway, let's focus back in and close this game out. The scoreline is now 23-12, 16 minutes into this game. Baron has died after team fight and all for the Baron this side. We end up throwing our ultimate at her and getting her summoner spells. But the thing that really stood out to me is the fact that she is the best player. She's used her summoner spells. She's low HP. This means that we can just start this Baron and presumably we have the lead. We should be able to win the 4v4. And our Baron should regroup, clump together, and get all split apart into 2 separate groups. This could have been a very different outcome. Rather than recalling I stick around to help my team, people don't realize this in every single ELO. Just because you're low HP doesn't mean you're not useful. You are a target to bait the enemy team in. If they're focusing you, they cannot be focusing another carry. Trust me, there are so many people who just cannot get this through their head, and it always changes the outcome of fights. From that Baron... We skipped through a lot of this game, but for a large portion of it, I was being an absolute nuisance. Our score is 1-2 with 24 assists. There were multiple occasions where the enemy team were doing stupid shit just to try and kill me, and this is another example of it. The game was over, and he just wanted his sweet revenge. Players, this bracket is including a lot more feeding, a lot more griefing, forfeiting, AFKing. I'm assuming we just got diamond. On the last episode, we reached diamond. We end up end up absolutely dominating the enemy towards this top lane. Our team has 5 kills, and the enemy Lee, he's going to be on the bot side because there's nothing for him to farm at red. Question mark pings are from the Elise, and she was saying that she thinks the strategy is crazy, at least according to Google Translate anyway. We managed to secure the red buff from this Lee Sin, which means we're now level 4 and he's level 2. Rather than chasing Lee Sin down, I immediately look for the next objective because I can see Ezreal is coming for the kill. And the sooner we start pathing over to the Lee camps that are available and then path back over to our Raptors, while we're crossing, we see the Lee Sin is farming the mid lane. This gives both junglers the intel that he's going for a camp that I've already taken, which means this Elise should have ran as soon as possible, but she ends up getting caught on her way out and handing a kill back over to the Lee Sin. To us, which means we can invest and we can tower dive, the exact same thing that we did on the top side of the map earlier in this game. Pay attention to how every single time I die with the passive, I'm using it to clear waves, but not steal the minions. We've now respawned and come to the mid lane. Elise has secured all 3 of the voids. Look at their levels. Both primary junglers are only level 4, and we're pushing level 6. This exchange wasn't perfect by any means, but we do end up trading 1 for 1 and it gets us level 6. This is very mid. 9 minutes into this game, and we have 6 kills and 5 assists. We are absolutely loaded when it comes to cash. Rather than going and chasing kills, I decide it's best that we stay and get the last 2, which gives us 2 voidlings per player and hopefully being a win condition in the future. I'm going to assume that you're just like me. You're watching us win every single team fight, yet when you look at the team score, it's dead even. Not sure what it is just yet. The only thing we know for certain at this point in the game is that we are doing so much work and it's not really paying off. We're not getting a big lead. We're barely. Cheese plays just missed. Only by a little bit. Even though there was a couple of misplays by me in there, it does end up working out, and I use my passive to block the Camille's stun onto Rek'Sai, which allows him to escape with 2 kills. So now Rek'Sai is a very big top laner. This is the first team fight that didn't go in our favor. We really shouldn't have taken a 4v5, but there are a couple of team fighting issues that occurred as well. Rek'Sai left his position as tank to go for a kill, and that completely allowed the enemy team to walk through us. 2 minutes later, the Talon manages to get a pick onto the enemy ADC, and we start rotating towards the Baron when the Katarina manages to pick off our ADC. The timing was very awkward for us. We had one camp until we got the upgraded jungle item. That's why we were out of position, or else we too would have been around that Baron defending the ADC. I end up re-engaging onto the enemy team. A teleport comes in and I get hard punished.